Hi, welcome back to my mom life. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Jordan, and today we are making a copycat recipe for Lofthouse sugar cookies. These cookies are so tender and cake-like, and if you've never had them, I highly suggest them. They're delicious. So let's get started. You're going to need some powdered sugar, shortening, butter, an egg, cake flour, and it's important that it is cake flour and not regular flour, cornstarch, as well as some baking soda, baking powder, cream of tartar, vanilla extract, almond extract, and some salt. So to get started, I have my KitchenAid mixer and I'm going to use my whisk attachment, and I'm going to cream my butter and sugar together. And you're just going to let this go until it is kind of light in color. And don't forget to check the description box below for all of the measurements and everything. So like I said, we're going to cream our butter, shortening, and sugar together. And then we will add in our egg, vanilla extract, and some of our other ingredients. I find it helpful to scrape down the sides of the bowl a few times during this process just to make sure that everything is getting well incorporated. And you want to go ahead and make sure that you get a nice fluffy texture to your butter and shortening and sugar mixture, because this cookie is a very tender cake-like cookie, and adding in some air here with this shortening and sugar helps get the right consistency for our cookie in the end. So once you have that all creamed together nicely, you're going to add in your egg and also your vanilla and almond extract. Just a little bit of almond extract here also makes it taste just like the Lofthouse cookies. These cookies aren't too sweet. The sweet part really comes from the frosting that we'll make here in a little bit, but you're definitely going to want to add in that almond extract to make it taste just like those Lofthouse cookies. So you're going to let this go until everything is nice and well incorporated. Scraping down the bowl just to make sure that all of our ingredients get incorporated evenly. And then once that is done, I'm going to go ahead and remove the whisk attachment and add on the paddle attachment. You don't have to do this. This just helps combine things better, in my opinion. The whisk attachment, once the batter gets thick, is kind of hard to get all of the dough off when you're actually done mixing. So that's why I like to finish it with the paddle attachment. If you have just a hand mixer, you could use that also, and just use the regular beaters that come with your hand mixer. So now I'm going to add in all of our other ingredients, and like I said earlier, don't forget the description box. If you want to make these, I will have all of the ingredients listed out with the measurements for you down below. So you're going to add all of the other ingredients in now. I did forget the salt, so you'll see me add that here in a minute before I add in the flour. Cake flour is crucial for this recipe. It really gives the cookies that cake-like texture that they are known for. These cookies are sold at Walmart or Target. Usually around the holidays, they will have colored icing, and you could definitely color your frosting with food coloring, but I just kept it white just to keep it simple for this video. But you could do these for Easter and do like a pastel pink or blue or purple. Anyways, I'm going to add in the flour and then continue mixing just until it is mixed. And then we are going to chill this dough for at least 2 hours. Now that I have my dough all combined, I'm going to go ahead and plop it onto some plastic wrap, and then I will kind of form it into a disc and pop it in the freezer for at least 2 hours. I did pop it in the fridge and refrigerate it for at least 2 hours, and I did leave mine in the refrigerator overnight just because it got dark and I did not want to film the rest of this video with it dark out. The lighting just wasn't great. So I did finish my cookies up the next day, and that is totally fine. You can see my daughter wanting to eat the cookie dough, but I told her she had to wait. She wasn't very happy with me. So the next day, I went ahead and pulled the cookie dough out of the fridge, and then you're just going to take some of that dough and roll it into the size cookies that you want. You'll kind of see how big I make mine. I tried to keep them a similar shape or a similar size to the cookies that you can buy at the store, but it all depends on your preference, how big you want them. So I took about maybe 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons of the dough, rolled it in a ball, and then placed it on my cookie sheet. I have it lined. You don't have to do that. If you have parchment paper, you could line your cookie sheet with that. And then your oven should be preheating to 375. Once you have your cookies rolled into the size ball that you want, you're going to go ahead and take the palm of your hand or the tips of your fingers or however you want to do it, and you're going to press down and flatten the dough ball into a circle. Not too thin, but these definitely need to be flattened a little bit before you bake. Then you're going to bake them for about 6 minutes. You do not want these to get brown. I will show you. These are fresh out of the oven. They are not brown on the bottom or on the edges. They are just done. That's how you want them. Then I let these cool and made the frosting. So for the frosting, you're going to need 2 sticks of butter, 2 cups of powdered sugar. You're going to need some milk. I used about half of that I have there. You're going to need some salt, vanilla extract, and sprinkles. So I am going to go ahead, and my butter is nice and soft, so I'm going to beat the butter with my hand mixer, and once it is fluffy and light in color, I will add in my powdered sugar, salt, vanilla extract, and a few tablespoons of milk at a time, just until I get the consistency of frosting that I want. I went ahead and added my powdered sugar in stages, so I did half of it at a time just so that it didn't fly all over, but that's not totally necessary. I just did it to eliminate a little bit of a mess. And once my powdered sugar was incorporated for the most part, I went ahead and added in the salt and vanilla extract, and like I said, just a couple tablespoons of milk at a time until you get to the right consistency. And that really is just your preference. I didn't want too thin of a consistency so that it would hold up on the cookies and not run all over the place. And again, like the cookies, I will have the measurements and everything listed out for you down below in the description box. I went ahead and put the frosting in a piping bag. I just find it easier and I have more control when I am frosting the cookies. And I just piped some on each cookie. And then you're going to top each cookie with some sprinkles. These cookies always have sprinkles on them. I've never seen them without sprinkles. I have seen them though with like I said earlier, you can find them at Valentine's Day with different colored frosting and heart sprinkles or flower like sprinkles for spring. So it just depends on the season that we're in, but I wanted to keep it completely original and do white frosting with the rainbow sprinkles. Here is what they look like when they are done. The texture is just like the Lofthouse cookies. I promise this recipe is awesome. I hope that you try it. If you do, please let me know what you think down in the comments. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are new here, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around. I have a bunch more copycat recipe videos coming your way. So I hope you stick around for those. I will see y'all in my next one. Bye guys.